Welcome back to another commentary of a PvE encounter. Today we're gonna take a look at Shattered Observatory Fractal CM. I'm again the healer as a heal chronomancer. If you want to know more about the build, be sure to check out the description below, where else the other commentaries that I already uploaded. As always, special shout out to all my supporters on YouTube, Twitch and Patreon that help me keep the lights on. And now let's jump straight in. So for the healing skill and stuff setup, of course I'm going for the mantra. I'm going for Well of Recognition, because Well of Recognition gives me stability and just some nice H's for my allies. I use Signet of Illusions, that's just a personal choice because I like to have more access to my shatters, and most importantly I have, so to say, 2 F4s, so that means 2 times stability. That's really good. And I use my mantra of concentration for some more stability, because in this fight it's quite important that you bring a lot of stability to your allies, and then you have more just for some more CC. Again, I'm playing full Harry with Dagger. You can also go for Minstrel or whatever you like and go for Scepter. It doesn't really matter too much. It's more about utility skills and that you keep up your boons. So first you have to talk to the Harbinger and accept the challenge mode. Then you go down to the Mistlock Singularity and wait for someone to, for all of them people to be there. I refresh my food, and you can also type 33 or 66 for the portals that we will place at this boss. As soon as everyone is here, we will do the pre-stacking. On Chronomancer, it's not that hard actually. You just press your shatters and your rival skills that provide boons beforehand, and then I use the Signet of Illusions so that we can actually get some boons. And when this is done, I will take the Mistlock Singularity and engage the fight. That's the pre-stacking. It's not about alacrity or quickness here for the most part. If you are playing Chronomancer, it's more for the other boons. Then you instantly CC the boss and go into Continuum Split, use your shatters, and then you just burst the boss while it's CC'd. And typically you reach 66% here before it does anything. And then you place a portal. I'm now 66% portal placer, and here it's really important as a healer to provide stability, because those attacks can be really nasty and knock you off the islands. So always keep stability on your allies. Keep an eye on the left top stability bar, or just count how many seconds of stability you have, and then you chain stability with your F4, with your Recognition Well, with your Mantra of Concentration. All of that gives stability, so you can upkeep it permanently on your allies. Just count the seconds, and now you place the portal. Be aware it gets away if you go into combat, so place it before you go into get hit by the attack here. And then you go back to the boss and instantly try to kill it. It does not really matter if you do the portal strat or not, it's just a little bit of a time save. If you don't do it, you just get to deal with this attack straight away. So now we got like 20% out of the portal or something like that. That's quite nice, but it is not really important to kill this boss. So if you don't have the portal from Sarah or from the raid vendor, it doesn't matter too much. You can also use, of course, the Messman portal, that's also fine, but then you will lose a utility slot and can't upkeep stability all the time. So now again, provide stability during the split phases. We will get a portal to the boss from someone else at 33% and provide stability, provide boons. It's a little bit annoying in this split phase to upkeep the quickness or alacrity if you don't have it pre-stacked, but you can still do it because you have quite a lot of boon duration, and just try to really use your shatters and try to use your phantasms instantly when you get to the anomalies, so that you can actually get the alacrity or quickness blocks. And then you go back after you kill this thing, that's really important. And then you just try to CC the boss here very fast, because you actually have a break bar here. We did that, and then we instantly kill the boss without any crazy attacks. Here you provide a lot of stability. If you don't kill the boss in time, it does some knockback and some heavy damage, so don't stand in the hitbox and provide a lot of stability here. And after that we just go to the cutscene, nothing too crazy. We will swap our utility skills now for feedback. If you have some decent scrapper or very good reflect upkeepers, for example the Firebrand could do this as well, so you could actually make the argument for not swapping feedback here, but I don't trust my pack groups typically. Even though this is a decent pack group, I still don't trust them most of the time. I take care of all the mechanics in Fractals as a healer, and therefore I take the feedback just to make sure. It's not necessary. If someone else does it, that's fine. So we will just go here and trigger the alarm, and then kill those cubes, and then go to the next stage. It's not that special. It's not challenging until the next boss, which is also not that bad. And then we just go and kill this other cube here, bring it to 75%. I'm just writing if someone else wants to take my reflect, but they don't trust themselves apparently, so I will take it. Then you have to do this puzzle here. It's always the same pattern, so if you know where it will land, you can also position correctly already, like on this rock and on this rock. And for the rest of the fight, you also want to have a lot of H's and stability, but you also want to have CC. That's why this is the setup that I use for the skills. It's not that important that you do exactly this setup. It's just working for me. You can also swap a lot of stuff around. Here you can do some nice boons because you will take the Mistlock after that as well. So that means that you can easily do the pre-stack here again and get all of your skills back after you took the Mistlock. Then you go to the boss, use the special action key to get there. Then you stand in one of the white circles here. And the art will go vulnerable and you can do damage her. Here provide some stability, that's important so that allies don't get feared if they look into the boss. Now you just want to go to the corner here and provide a lot of boons and reflect, and even if you want you can even CC her just to go even faster. There is those skull thing appearing over one of the players. You can just GG if this is that says something like you are doomed. If you GG after a few seconds, when you get this, you will just negate the attack, and that means that the party can completely damage the boss. That's the classical strategy to do here, to skip, so to say, the real anomaly phase that you would normally have to do. So we have to kill the anomaly in the middle and have to, so to say, deal with the bomb and going in the circle that spawns after killing the anomaly. But if you GG, you just skip that and you can finish the boss. Here you just, when the boss comes back, you just do a lot of CC and just try a lot of boons rather, and then you just try to kill her as fast as possible. If you can't instantly skip the phase, you will just go to the side again and do the same stuff. That's the thing that I was talking about. Now I'm GGing. Someone else has to take care of the ball now. Typically I do that, but it's more like the offensive support should do it. That's why I wrote backup, but no one actually reacted in time. That's fine. We faced it anyway, and you can now see that there are some clones that we need to kill. That's also at 66% the case already, where we have to just CC those clones, and then as soon as every clone is CC'd, the big ones, we will get the boss back. And don't forget, that's why you GG here, and 66 is exactly the same, because you will resurrect here if you're dead. It is enough if one player finishes this and all players will resurrect. That's why you can do this strategy. And always catch those balls if they are actually appearing in the split phase, because they're actually quite annoying if you don't do it. Provide stability, provide boons again, that's the most important part, and you can actually burst this boss quite hard. If you have really good DPS, you can phase it before anything happens, any attack happens other than in the middle. We do the same stuff over and over, nothing spectacular about it. Here it's really important if someone gets doomed again, and this guy will GG, be nice here and resurrect the person. Yeah. So don't go to the next boss because they will not get the loot from this chest here. So resurrect them and then go to the next boss. That's the second to last boss. And now we just go to the last boss. We trigger the event as we typically do, for example, to get the respawn very close to the boss, and then we GG so that we get all our cooldowns back, and then we can pre-stack at the Mistlock again. It's very important to always all of you GG at the same time so that you get the full boons pre-stack available again. Then we just do the boon pre-stack and just take the Mistlock, go to the boss, and we have the same setup as for art. We just provide a lot of stability here and just some H's as well, and we need the reflect for a special attack later. We will see that in a second. You can kill the anomaly here, but typically it's the job of the offensive support to do that. You stand in the, if you get the skull, you stand in this yellow white circle, and then you just, this is the attack that I'm talking about. So not the eye attack that you see where you have to look away, but the attack below. This is the red orb ball. It will, after a few seconds, it will just fly to the outside edge, and if you do a reflect and stability, you completely negate this attack. And you can also jump in with the special action key in the boss when this happens to negate it with the invulnerability of the skill to absorb the projectiles, but that's okay. Then we go to the CC after we pushed out those orbs. It's really important that you split it out correctly. We'll see that a lot of times. We will pause it later. Now we just skip to 70% where the boss goes away. We do the split phase. Nothing too crazy, just kill the Arkk Diviner that spawns here and the boss will come back. We just do the same over and over. There will be some anomaly spawning, you will be this pattern, just avoid the attacks. You can also give stability, so you can completely ignore it. This is again the red orb attack, I'll place stability. You can also use the special action key in the boss if you don't trust him. Then you position yourself so that you don't get knocked back from this attack. And at 50%, there will be another split phase, look away from the eye. Now, this is the thing that I meant. You split out typically as before. But if you go to one side each of those squared paths, you actually get targeted by each player except one by those solar blooms because they're force spawning. They will always target the closest player. If that's the case, they will come to you. But you will push them away with range attacks to the corners of the square so that they explode at the towers or something, and then Arkk gets vulnerable again. That's how it works. If someone can do it because they're melee, just help them a bit, and then you just CC the boss. That's your job as the healer. Or as the offensive support if they have a lot of CC as well, and then it just bring it to 40%. Another phase, it has a lot of phases. Typically you can make this boss like doing nothing because you always phase it in time if you have enough DPS. Again, you provide stability or dodge this attack, use the special action key if necessary. It's an invulnerability and a stun break, so it's really good. And then you just damage the boss and go to 30%. Here's another orb where you have to do it and reflect it and just provide stability. Now you push out, and some maps are actually breaking apart. It's okay. Some of the tiles you just move out of them, otherwise you will fall down. Kill the thing here and go back in the middle. CC Arkk when he comes back vulnerable. And yeah, that's the whole fight actually. So you just CC the boss whenever it's ready. So here is now something happening that happens sometimes. The boss is like still casting its attack, and we get the CC, and we get all the other attacks happening at the same time. So it's a little bit of a clusterfuck of visual clarity. So here I didn't see that the orb attack is also happening while everything else is happening. So we get a lot of damage here, but I'm a healer and I can actually heal my party here. That's okay. And we just burst the boss down. I provide stability and other boons and just try to resurrect my ally here for the highest amount of damage that we take here, but it's fine, we will survive. So that was just some weird bug that everything happened all at once here. Again, we go for the feedback and jump in the boss. You will negate all the attacks that incoming, look away from the eye, so turn your character away from that and just burst the boss before it does anything. When this ring, orange AoE ring happens, you can also provide stability so that the allies don't have to jump. But that's the boss. That's very fast paced. You face it nowadays with the power creep so fast, but in general this Fractal is really fun to do in my opinion. And your healer job is like doing every mechanic while no one else actually does anything other than in the last phase dealing with the anomaly. But that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching, and thanks to all my supporters on YouTube, Twitch and Patreon that help me keep the lights on. I hope to see you all in the next video.